Well, good evening, everyone. I want to thank all of you for joining this premier event, Networking in the City. I am so happy that we are all gathered here tonight. Actually, this event is an example of socialpreneurship, something that I'm going to talk with all of you about. I am a community activist, a domestic violence advocate, a socialpreneur, and a consultant. I've been doing this work for 7 years. And I started off actually consulting with small businesses. And then an opportunity came about to do some work with a domestic violence nonprofit. And it actually tied in with my own personal experience as a survivor. So from there, I decided that I wanted to not only make money, like most of us do, that's why we're here tonight, but I also wanted to utilize my skills in an effort to help and better the community. So I just wanted to basically come here tonight to help inspire each and every one of us here as we are passionate about our businesses and driving our products and services, to also take time out to see how we can also give back and not just get caught up in the everyday, rigmarole of running a business, basically. So what is socialpreneurship? How many of you have heard of the term socialpreneurship or social entrepreneurship? Oh, okay. Okay, great. So how many of you have heard of socialpreneurship or social entrepreneurship? If you could just raise your hand. Okay, great. Chachi, this lady over here. Okay, and one thing I want to say is I feed off of your energy, so if you smile a lot, I'll smile right back, okay? Well, socialpreneurship is essentially utilizing business to bring about social changes and to solve social problems. And there's two types of socialpreneurship or social entrepreneurship efforts, nonprofit and for-profit. As business owners, the bottom line is still for-profit, but it's the approach. So when you talk about nonprofit socialpreneurship, you're actually consulting with nonprofits in the community, which is the bulk of what I do. And I'm pitching my services to those organizations in an effort to help them realize their goals and their dreams, whether it's streamlining their messages, helping to increase their donations, helping them to organize events. And the second type is actually for-profit. An example of this is actually when you, let's say you're an engineer, and you know that there is some part of the world that needs to have access to water, but you don't know exactly, how you're going to get that done, but you have the skill, you have the network, and you have the ability to draw plans and processes together to make that happen. So in a for-profit effort, you can actually work with local governments, agencies to try to bring clean water to ravaged communities around the world and help improve the health of the populations within those communities. And I'm going to try to condense this because I know we have another speaker. I have a lot of notes here, by the way. So, in business as an entrepreneur, you sell yourself, you sell your product, your service, and the transaction is complete. But as a socialpreneur, you develop a program, or you take a product or service that goes beyond the sell. It actually changes lives within the community. And really, socialpreneurship is a mindset. You can actually tap into an increased amount of business if you become more minded when it comes to issues in your community, okay? So a reason why I'm talking about this tonight is because I started off working with small businesses, and I found out that, and this was during the recession, I needed to find another stream of income to help supplement what was going on in our household. And so I started working with small businesses and entrepreneurs. And after a while of working with those individuals, the contracts eventually would end, the money would run out. And again, as a survivor of domestic violence, one of the first nonprofits that I worked with was actually a domestic violence nonprofit. And then it got me thinking, okay, now I'm actually expanding my business. Instead of working just with other entrepreneurs, now I'm taking the skills that I have, my passion for the community, and now I'm able to apply that and use that for nonprofits. See, there's an untapped market that a lot of you have not considered, which is the nonprofit sector. So a lot of you are selling products and services. You can actually go to nonprofits or causes that you support and pitch your products and services to them. And you can actually become a reoccurring vendor to these organizations to help them raise money, which in turn helps you raise your own money. So let's not forget the nonprofit sector, because they also need help. We all talk about, how our communities are suffering and how we want to help, increase opportunities for our young people, but all that starts with us first. So we can't just be minded in terms of just, earning a dollar. We have to think outside of the dollar and think, how can we make that dollar stretch and grow by investing in other people and other causes. And I actually want to skip to the last segment of my talk, which is essentially the benefits of being a socialpreneur or having a social entrepreneurial mindset. First of all, you're running a business without the limitation of the nonprofit world, okay? Because with nonprofits, one downside to being a nonprofit is you have to be highly accountable for the money that you collect, okay? But as a social entrepreneur, you still get to help aid causes and have the freedom of running a business at the same time. You have the ability to improve your communities. You stay engaged with the community and you stay connected at all times. And you help improve the lives of others, and you also help increase awareness, not only for your cause, but for your personal brand as well. So before I close, I just want to ask if anybody has any questions or suggestions or comments about social entrepreneurship. Okay, you guys have been great. Again, my name is Lynn Twyman, and my website is www.lynn.com. Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm so sorry. This is my fourth event this week and my voice is leaving, but I am going to power through this. I'm very excited to be here with Chartman Events. I have the pleasure of working with entrepreneurs each and every day. We do a lot of networking events. We get out quite a bit. We talk to a lot of people. And so I know there's going to be some speed networking after this. And so I'm actually going to be talking about the business pitch, and I made some copies of what I'm going to talk about. So I don't know if somebody could help me to pass this around. I'll keep this in here. But networking is really the lifeblood of your business. It's not always what you know, but who you know. And being able to outreach to those right people that can help you with your business. A lot of times what we see with entrepreneurs is you're out there, you're meeting people, but are they the right people? Are they the ones that you can convert into customers? But the reality is that networking is tough. It's really hard to do. It's hard to get out there and meet a bunch of people that you've never seen before, talk about something that you're passionate about, whether it's cupcakes or jewelry or food or, with Mary Kay, with cosmetics, they're different things. And you only have a few seconds to make an impression. So it's really important that the first 6 to 30 seconds, you make it your winning best, because people are deciding whether or not they want to do business with you. So it's really important in all that you do that you do it right. And so some of the things that we talk about with networking is, it makes you uncomfortable. You're in a comfortable space. There's food. Do you eat food? Do you drink wine? Exactly what do you do as you're trying to convey your business, And it's so funny, I always tell this story. When I first started out in economic development, I was going to a lot of events, and I actually picked up 30 pounds because I was all about the food. But it really is about making those right connections. And I don't know if everybody has a copy of this, but networking really does generate 70% of new business if it's done correctly. If you make those right connections, you can convert them into sales. And it really is the ability of building your brand. We're all about building our websites, having our websites out, having our business cards, but it is you that is the reflection of your business when you're going out and about into the community. So you want to make sure that that image conveys across all lines when you're meeting people. And it really is very strategic. A lot of times when you're going out and you're networking, do you go out to Chamber of Commerce events? Do you go to association events? Do you go to Charm Them events? Like, what makes the most sense for your agency where you're going to see a return on investment, where you can convert those customers into sales? I can't emphasize that enough. And a lot of times when you're talking about doing your business pitch and you're talking about networking, it really is about converting sales and making sense, because you're coming here, say, okay, it's economical, I'm paying $5 to come here, but my goal is to meet 10 new people that I didn't know before that I can then convert and follow up with to be my lifetime customers, whether I'm selling products or services. So it's very, very strategic. And you never want to go to that place where people don't make you feel warm and welcome and invited. As soon as I came in here, I felt invited, I felt warm, there was a lot of buzz and a lot of electricity. I saw, people being filmed and things going on and a lot of energy. And if that's where your focus is and you want that positive energy, those are the right types of events that you want to be able to go to. And then I always say, it's all about the free food or the free drinks. But it really is a good way to get business intelligence as well. So you can see if your pricing makes sense. If you could see what the reception is, is my display converting? Have I run out of cupcakes? Am I running out of my product? What sells? What doesn't sell? What resonates? So you can also use these types of events as a means to test your product as well. And that's where your business pitch itself has to be spot on. It just has to be. And one thing to keep in mind, there is no point going anywhere if people don't remember that you have been there, right? So it really is about making that impression. On the next slide, I give a lot of additional types of events that you can go to where you can get out there and meet likewise groups and organizations. There's traditional networking. There's also a lot of social media, but in the social media, you also want to be out there and letting people know. How many people have been live tweeting this event? Okay, a few people have. Everybody should be. You want to let everybody know that you're here, that you're out getting business, and that your company is here. It's a free means of doing it. You can use different types of resources to actually pre-populate it if you don't want to do that. But it also will let people know on various platforms that you're there. So some of my tips that I always tell folks is, number one, make sure that you perfect your pitch. Know what you're going to say. So whenever you go anywhere, have that 30 seconds prepared. And it's not that I'm selling cupcakes. It really is a description of the cupcakes. It's a personal story. It's what you say to others that resonates and that they will remember you by. You want to practice your business pitch, right? I like Shark Tank because,